Shalom, Lord and Christ. While it is, it wouldn't show, but it should be showing now. Is it showing? All right, Shalom. This is the ISUPK Wednesday law class. Also, remember to check out Commanding General Yohana's radio show, which is Monday. Hold on, remember to check out Commanding General Yohana's radio show, which is Monday 2 a.m. UK time. There's also classes in the UK Monday through Friday. So Monday 7 p.m. till 9, Wednesday 7 p.m. till 9, Thursday 7 p.m. till 9. Also, we have classes Tuesday and Friday. So feel free to comment down to those. So today there was an MP that said black people should be white. Every white man should have a black slave. Hold on, give me 1 second. Shalom, Lord and Christ. All right, then, no, all right, I send it now. All right, I send it now. All right, then, Shalom, Lord and Christ. Hold on, let me just. All right, this is the ISUPK Wednesday law class. So check out the general shows, check out the classes in the UK, Monday through Friday. Also, any questions, just type them in the chat and we will get to them. So we're going to go over a few precepts concerning Esau. Let me see if I can find the video first, actually. All right, so now let's see if it plays. Hold on, wait a minute. I can't. All right, so now let's go back.
Should own slaves. At least, I guess he's saying the quiet part out loud. It's gross, but Andrew Edwards, a conservative politician in the UK, is being investigated after an audio recording said to be him saying all white men should have a black man as a slave was unearthed.
Hold on, I'm just trying to work out the StreamYard. It looks like they changed it. Hold on.
Nothing wrong with the skin color at all. I think all white men should have a black man as a slave or a black woman as a slave.
Hold on, let me add to stream.
They're lower class.
So now let's go back to the start now.
Slaves.
He said all white people should own slaves. That's what he said. And then when we talk about the oppressor being the devil, people get mad at us when this is what they can say freely. Hold on.
I guess he's saying the quiet part out loud. It's gross, but Andrew Edwards, a conservative politician in the UK, is being investigated after an audio recording said to be him saying all white men should have a black man as a slave was unearthed. Let's play it for you.
Nothing wrong with the skin color at all. I think all white men should have a black man as a slave or a black woman as a slave. You know, it's nothing wrong with skin color. It's just they're lower class than us white people. You know.
He said white people are upper class.
That's a really important title. I'll try to get it right.
He said white people are upper class, and he said you should be able to own black slaves.
At
Hold on. Now,
Berkshire County Council in Wales. So yeah, it sounds very important. Has left the local Tory party while the probe takes.
and for time we've been saying this Tory party is racist. What people always like vote Tory, and black people was voting for Tory. Labour's racist, Tory's racist. Both of them are as racist as each other. And now this man obviously has left the party because obviously they probably said, "Yo, just leave the party till the heat cools down." Because obviously his comments was racist. He said that white people should own black slaves. And if he had it his way, guess what would happen? We would be picking cotton all over again, man. If he had it his way, slavery would have never been abolished. If he had it his way, we would be in slavery right now if he had it his way. And this is why when we have it our way, they're going to be in slavery, man. The same way he wants black slaves is the same way we want white slaves, man. The same way he wants, the same way he says black people are lower class is the same way we say white people are lower class, man. Whatever he's saying, we're saying the same in reverse. And he is one of them Tory leaders, man. And he gets away with this. And as soon as we say something, we're a hate group, we're racist. Meanwhile, this man can get away with saying all of this, but let's play some more.
Mr. Edwards has referred himself to the Public Services Ombudsman. He said, "I am aware of such serious allegations being made against me. It is now in the hands of legal experts and the Ombudsman. It would be unfair on the process for me to comment." No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't, Edwards. It's either wouldn't the first thing you say is, Fanny, I didn't, hey, that's not me. This someone manipulated my voice, but that is not me, and that is not what I believe. Not, I'm not going to comment it. The ombudsman is? What say you?
Yeah, I mean, seriously, like, if you said it, you said it. If you didn't say it, you didn't say it. And obviously, if you did say it and you're uncomfortable and you're like, oh, no, maybe I shouldn't have said that, maybe you should have thought of that before you said it. Or.
And listen, this man ain't going to apologize, man. He's saying, "Oh, it's in the hand of my legal team and all of those kind of things." Hold on, this StreamYard is messing about. Let me try and. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Yeah, that's better. So now he's saying it's in the hand of his legal team. So now let's go to Genesis chapter 27 and verse 1. Hey, Shalom, Lord and Christ.
Shalom, Lord and Christ.
Now we're gonna read in the Bible why these Edomites is so pissed off with niggas, man. Like they've been pissed off with niggas from the time of Genesis. If I could, Genesis chapter 27 and verse 1. Now we're gonna see why they're so mad at niggas, man. Because they believe what? They believe that we stole their blessing. So you'll see that it stems from here. And you'll see Esau said some things, man, and you will see throughout the Bible how Esau's operated like this plenty of times before. Hold on, let me just play that video one more time, Hakim. Let me play it one more time.
Okay.
Let me call back. So now this is how every Edomite thinks, but we give them mercy and say, nah, the white man can be saved, and he don't want to be saved, man. He wants you in slavery.
We end looking more.
Oh, so lucky, that's the wrong video. Hold on. Let me get the right one.
It's lucky the one. Mine's lagging a little bit, so I'm gonna go out and come back a little bit.
All right, no, sir.
All right, shalom.
Shalom,
Lord and Christ.
Well, it is. I'm trying to find the one where he actually says it. This is the only one that. All right, hold on. Let me. No.
For you.
Nothing wrong with the skin color at all. I think all white men should have a black man as a slave or a black woman as a slave. You know, it's nothing wrong with skin color. It's just they're lower class than us white people. You know.
So he said all white men should have a black man or black woman as a slave, and because they're lower class than white people. So he said we are lower class than white people. Now let's see what the Bible says. Let's get Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Let's see if black people is lower class than white people according to God, the God of heaven and earth. So now we're in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Listen, man, we are above all people that are upon the face of the earth. We are above all people. So, okay, 1 second. Hold on, let me see if it works. Is this still a lag?
Yeah, it's still a lag. It's not on your side, it's my side. Just the picture's lagging. I don't know if my voice is lagging on it though.
Now your voice sounds toward. Is your voice sounding toward now? Or
yeah, it can't. The voice is toward, but the picture's just lagging, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah. All right, no sir. So
No,
now, what you had is, he said black people are lower class, and he said white men should be allowed to own them as slaves. So where us as black people, we have this thing as everyone should be equal. The oppressor don't want to be equal, man, because he believes that he's better and you're lower class. So there's no point of you thinking of a kingdom where everybody's equal, a kingdom where everybody gets on. Even the Africans didn't want to be equal, man. When Israel was fighting the Philistines, man, guess what Goliath said? Goliath said, we will fight with you and you will fight with us. And whoever wins is going to have dominion, man. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that preset before I go into my topic. Let me see if I can find it. Let me check. 1 Samuel 17. First Samuel, the 17th chapter. Hold on. Let me see the part where Goliath comes out. Hold on, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Yeah, give me 1 Samuel chapter 17 and verse 8. So we'll start from verse 8. So now, even the Hamites didn't want to be equal. The Philistines said, if we'll fight, they was meant to fight for rulership, man. They was trying to fight for dominion. They weren't trying to all get along because they understand different nations can't get along, man. Because one culture is going to be above the other culture. One God is going to be above the other God. They know we can't all get on, man. Why? Because everybody has different belief systems. There's no such thing as equality and all races being equal. Life doesn't work like that, man. The thing is, we're so low at this present moment that equal to us sounds good. Like we're so much at the bottom that equal to us sounds like a step up. Sounds like a step up from what we are. So that's why we try and be equal. Whereas, imagine us trying to be equal with them. That would be them coming down the peg, man. The white man doesn't want to come down the peg. He would have to come down to be equal with you in his mind. In his mind, just high and mighty. And being equal with you means he has to come from here to down there. And you being equal with him means you have to go from down there to up here. He ain't trying to bridge that gap, man. He ain't trying to shorten that gap. He's trying to be above you forever, man. And he's trying to keep you beneath him. Go ahead if you got the preset.
Can't. So 1 Samuel 17 verse 8. And he stood and cried unto the armies of Israel and said unto them, why are you come out and set your battle in array? Am I not?
So okay, go ahead again.
Am I not a Philistine and you servants to Saul?
And he goes,
choose
I'm a Philistine and you. He said, choose you, man. Meaning what? We're gonna go to war. Choose you, man. We both want this land. We both want things. How about we fight and the winner takes all, man? And that's why when Christ comes, he's going to fight, man, so we get our kingdom. Because these nations ain't going to give it up freely. They're going to leave the battle that they've already got. And they're going to try and fight with him. Why? Because when he comes, they know it's a threat to their kingdom, man. They can't have nobody threaten their kingdom. So what are they trying to do? Keep black people underneath them, man. They hate when black people get along in here. They hate when we love one another in here, man. Why? They know this is more black men against them, man. They know this is more black men against their agenda. So what do? Go on the news, write articles, all of those kind of things, man. The same things they do to us is the same things they do to Christ, man. Imagine they were so against what Christ was doing. They was willing to free murderers before him, man. Those people that actually committed crimes, and they was what? Willing to free them to capture him, man, and lock him up. Instead of killing them, man, for what they done wrong, they would rather kill him, an innocent man. And that's what they try and do to us every single day. They're trying to trap Christ in so many ways, man. They couldn't get him to they couldn't get him to transgress the law or nothing. So what did they do? Try and trap him in his words, try and trap him with his speech, all of those kind of things. They've always been trying to harm our nation, man. Go ahead.
Kulawan Khan. And let him come down to me. If he be able to fight with me and to kill me, then will we be your servants.
And he said, what? If any man's able to fight with me and kill me, then we'll be servants, man. What Goliath's saying is, before we come equal with you, or before I come a slave to you, you have to kill me, man. He's saying, I'm not going to be a slave to you. What Goliath's saying is, I'm going to fight this fight, and I'm going to win this fight so my people can rule. And if I don't win this fight, I'm not going to be here to be your servant, man. He's saying them will be his servants. Why? Because Goliath was a champion from his youth. He was a champion from his youth, and he was known for destroying people, man. So obviously they thought it was an easy victory, but the Lord was with David. And when the Lord's with you, it doesn't matter if a man's 9 foot, if a man's a champion. If the Lord's with you, man, them men are nothing to you. That's lucky. Go ahead.
Khan. But if I prevail against him and kill him, then shall ye be our servants and serve us.
And now Goliath thought, I'm a champion. I'm going to demolish this guy. Then Israel's going to be my slaves, man. Listen, they didn't talk about being equal. They didn't meet in the middle with a truce. They didn't meet in the middle and say, you know what? Let's just all get along. They didn't meet in the middle and say, let's all get along. Goliath said, we're going to fight, man. And they went to war over land and rulership. And Goliath said, send me a man to fight against me, man. And all the Philistines was what? Backing Goliath. And all of Israel would have been doing what? Backing Israel, man. There wasn't no, I like Goliath style, so I'm supporting Goliath in this. This was nation against nation, man. And it was riding on one man. This is kind of similar to when Conor McGregor was fighting Mayweather, man. Listen, most black people can't stand Mayweather, but that day, everyone was supporting Mayweather, man. And we need to support one another right now. Why? Because this right here is race wars, man. It's the Philistines against Israel, and now it's the white men against Israel. And what do we need to do? Come together, man. Go ahead.
Khan. And the Philistines said, I defy the armies of Israel this day. Give me a man that we may fight together.
And they said, give me a man that we may fight together. They didn't say that we can be friends with, that we can sit down and reason together and make laws together, and make laws where we coexist and live peaceful, and we vote for your military, and we vote in your voting booths. They didn't have that, man. They said we're gonna fight together because the Philistines understood that they wanted to rule. We understood that we wanted to rule. And now we've fell so far from rulership that now we're just happy to be equal, man. We're so beneath everybody that we just want to be equal. Whereas we should strive to be better than equal, man. We should strive to be above every race because we're better than every race. Equal is doing yourself a disservice, man. Trying to be equal is you doing yourself a disservice. We can drop that. Give me Genesis chapter 27 and verse 1. And Ira, the Garden of Eden was the land of Israel. So what you'll see is them same rivers that compass it, the same rivers that compass the Garden of Eden. But it's not Ethiopia like Rastas will tell you. It was the land of Israel. Obviously, the land of Israel was a lot bigger back then than it is now. Nowadays, you got half the Arabs taking half of it and claiming this is theirs. And imagine they're all fighting for the Holy Land. Listen, even the Arabs and the Jews don't say let's be equal. They've been fighting for Jerusalem forever, man, for the Holy Land. And imagine the people who the land belongs to, they're smoking weed, man. They're smoking weed and getting high and couldn't care less. Meanwhile, Arabs and fake Jews are fighting for a land that belongs to you, man. And you're somewhere getting high, somewhere being a drug addict, man. Meanwhile, these nations is fighting for something that's yours, which shows you how we've lost our heritage and who we are. We don't even know that land belongs to us. And the Bible says this land is the beauty of all the earth. And history will tell you that it is the most fought over land, man. Why? Because they know that land has something to do with God, man. And that land belongs to us. We're the only people who don't know that that land has something to do with God, which God gave to Abraham, man. And said, I give it to your seed after you. Now, they believe they was promised it through Ishmael, which is a lie. Ishmael was kicked out and given a bottle of water. This was given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And this is where we dwelt for a time, man, before we started disobeying the Lord. And now we ended up in England, ended up all over the Caribbean, all over North America, all over those places, South America, and so on. So, Lucky, give me Genesis chapter 27 and verse 1.
Yeah, Genesis 27 verse 1. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, Behold, I am here.
So now Isaac had to lose his eyesight, man, in order for Jacob to get this blessing. Why? Because if Isaac had his eyesight, guess what would have happened? Jacob would have never got this blessing, because Isaac would have said, yo, you're not Esau, you Jacob. Go ahead.
Khan. And he said, Behold, now I am old. I know not the day of my death.
So now as you get old, you start to get closer to dying. And as you get old, your body starts to fail you. You can't move like how you did one day. Your eyesight starts to go. Your memory starts to go. All of those kind of things as you get older in life. So as people get older in life, you can kind of tell, all right, then they're looking more frail and all of those kind of things. You start going to hospital more often. Nowadays, people die young, but now you start going to hospital more often. They tell you need to take this medication, that medication. So obviously, he knew his time was coming. Go ahead.
Khan. And he said, Behold, now I am old and know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field and take me some venison.
So that's the backdrop. He told him, go out and take some venison, meaning told him, go get him some meat, because Esau was a hunter. And that's the characteristics of the oppressor in the Bible. He's a hunter, man. And he don't just hunt animals. He hunts black people, man. The Bible says they hunt our steps. This man don't just hunt deers and lions and trophy hunting and all of those kind of things. He also hunts blacks and Hispanics, man. That's why he likes to chase you. And when you're running, he likes to shoot you in your back, man. Because it reminds him of hunting, man. He likes to know someone's fearing for their life and they're running away, and he likes to shoot them, man. Now, us as black people, if someone's running for their life, we ain't gonna shoot them like they do us, man. And the only reason we would do that today is why? Is because we've learned it from the oppressor, man. We've learned it from the oppressor. Why would you kill a man that's running away from you? Then that's not self-defense. A man running away from you is not self-defense, man. If anything, he's running away from you because he's fearful of you. But for you to shoot, and the thing is this, if a man breaks into your house and steals whatever, and you're chasing him and he's running away, and you've got a gun, why not shoot him in the leg, man? I'm sure that will stop him. I'm sure shooting him in the leg will stop him. Why do you have to shoot him in the back, in the head? And this is how the oppressor is, man. Which means don't be a criminal. Because you listen, what it is, you're robbing from a man who ain't gonna have mercy on you, man. This oppressor has no mercy on you, man. Read on.
Khan, and make me savory meat, such as I love.
And this is what I loved, savory meat. Hold on, let me go down to verse 11.
Khan, and Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother, Behold, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man.
So now Rebekah heard the plan, and Rebekah said to Jacob, yo, your father's going to give Esau a blessing. You dress up as Esau and you take the blessing. Because obviously Isaac loved Esau. Why? Because he brought him the venison. Sometimes you have a son that you prefer. You might have 3 sons and there's one who does things that you used to like. And then there might be one that's nothing like you, is more like his mom. Obviously, that's going to be the mom's favorite son. And the one that does everything that you like let's say you're a father and you like to go hunting, and one of your sons couldn't care less about hunting, then you're going to be, your favorite son is going to be the one that likes to go hunting with you, man. Because you two are going to have that bond when you're on the road hunting animals. If the other one wants to stay at home playing video games, that one's not going to be your favorite. Why? Because you didn't sit around playing video games. You're going to like the one which you think is more like you, or the one which likes the hobbies that you like, or the one that does whatever you tell them to do. Go ahead.
Khan. Esau, my brother, is a hairy man.
Esau,
and I am smooth man.
He says, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man. So now, if you ever see these oppressors, they're hairy, man. Before they had all these shaving equipment and all these shaving creams, they was a hairy man. Now they have all these shaving things. They think they're brand new. Black women date them now. Whereas if you seen Esau in his real form, you would not date them, man. Go ahead.
Khan. My father peradventure will fear me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver.
And he goes, I shall seem to him as a deceiver. So he's saying to his mom, if I do that, I shall seem to him as a deceiver. Go ahead.
Quran Khan. And I shall bring a curse upon me, Salakia. And I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing.
Now back then, listen, them curses were strong, man. And that's why nowadays you don't want to curse, you don't want to put a curse on your people. Because back then, brothers had the power to give blessings and curses, man. And he goes, listen, if this goes wrong, I'm going to bring a curse upon me. Same like how Ham was cursed for what? Laughing at his father's nakedness, man. Same how those children was cursed and the she-bears came and ate them all up. Listen, man, a man of God cursing is a powerful thing. So that's why being a man of God, you don't want to curse your brothers and sisters in the world because it might cause them to die, man. The Lord might answer that and it harms them. And that's not the spirit we're supposed to be in. Because if you read in the New Testament, Peter said, let's bring down fire and burn them up, man. Peter said, well, they're not listening. Lord, should we command fire to come down from heaven and burn them up? And then Christ checked Peter, man, and said, you don't know what spirit you're in. Why? Because Christ didn't come to kill those people. He came to save them, man. So that's why we don't curse our people. Why? Because we ain't come to kill them. We've came to save them, man. We know if they don't change their life, the Lord will kill them when he wants to, but we ain't trying to make the Lord kill them. We're trying to make the Lord open their eyes and wake them up so they don't have to die. So you'll never hear us out there saying black people deserve to die for this and should die and we hope you die and this and that. You ain't gonna hear us saying them things, man. Because we want black people to live. People who say those things, they don't know what spirit they're in, man. And that's why Christ checked Peter. I said, listen, you don't know what spirit you're in. Go ahead.
Quran Khan, and his mother said unto him, upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice and go fetch me them. And he went and fetched and brought them to his mother.
So now he went and started to do what his mother told him to do. Hold on, let's jump down. All right, go down to 18.
Quran Khan.
Oh, is that where we was at?
14 we're at now.
Oh, yeah, nah, jump to 18.
Quran Khan.
And yeah, Ira, so lucky, yeah, Ira, the Canaan, what is the Garden of Eden? It's the land of Israel. But they called it the land of Canaan. Why? Because when the Canaanites went there, they named it after themselves. So when people discovered lands, what they claimed they discovered, they named them after themselves. So they called it the land of Canaan. And then when we went there, we changed it to the land of Israel because that's where we was dwelling. So because after Abraham, we was where? In Egypt for 400 years. So because there was a famine, we went to Egypt. And then obviously these people moved in there and named the land after themselves. So when we went there, we had to tear down all their groves and whatever they set up. Whatever inscriptions they would have put, they probably put inscriptions saying, you see like how you have road signs? They probably had all of those kind of things with their names all over it and whatnot. And obviously we went in there and then we renamed it the land of Israel, which is the rightful name, what it was supposed to be, because it was given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So yes, the same place. That's lucky. Go ahead, Hakan.
Quran Khan, verse 18. And he came unto his father and said, my father. And he said, here am I. Who art thou, my son?
And remember, Isaac's eyes was dim. So because Isaac's eyes was dim, Isaac can't see, but he can hear. Go ahead.
Quran Khan. And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee. Sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, how is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son?
Now, when you go hunting, it takes a while, man. You have to go there. You have to lie in the grass. You have to wait. And he's saying, how have you found it so quick? Go ahead.
And he said, behold, because the Lord thy God brought it to me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not.
How you come back so quick? He said, let me feel you, my son, because he knows from Esau was a baby that Esau was hairy, man. So he knows if I touch him, I'm supposed to feel hair everywhere. So he knows he's supposed to feel hair everywhere. So Lucky, go ahead.
Hold on, Khan. Salakia, sir, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
But that's a lie that he said, though, right? He lied in front of the Most High, right?
When he said
that he's Esau and he's not, obviously, he's Jacob.
so, yeah. So now what Jacob done here? He followed what his mom said, and this is why his mom said, "Let the curse be upon me." So she basically said, "Whatever you do, you don't take the blame for it. I'll take the blame for it." So she said, "I'll take the blame for it." But what he done here, he was sort of trying to get the birthright. Why? Because Esau gave his birthright away anyway. So it would have been wrong if Esau didn't give the birthright to Jacob. But Esau gave the birthright to Jacob, and then afterwards he wanted it back. You can't take it back if you've made a promise. And once Jacob got the birthright, Esau was mad about it. So what Jacob done here, he's following his mom's orders. So his mom told him to say these things and said, "I'll take the blame." Meaning what he was doing, they knew it was subtle and it was lies and certain things. And that's why Jacob said, "But if I do this, my father's going to hate me or whatnot when he finds out." And that's why she said, "Let the blame be upon me." So Jacob had some in his mind that it was wrong, but his mom told him, "Go ahead with it." And then right here is how the Lord wanted it to go.
Khan. Verse 22. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him, and said, "The voice is Jacob's voice."
So remember, Isaac could hear, but he couldn't see. So he said, "The voice is Jacob's voice." Go ahead.
But the hands are the hands of Esau.
And the hands are the hands of Esau, because Esau was hairy and Jacob's mom put hair on him. So they done this trickery real good, man. They put all the hair on him, made him smell like the field, all of those kind of things. So, okay, go ahead.
Khan. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy, as his brother Esau's hands.
So now his hands felt like Esau. So his father's like, sounds like Jacob, but it feels like Esau. It must be Esau. Go ahead.
So he blessed him, and he said, "Art thou my very son Esau?"
So now Isaac thought he was blessing Esau, because now the birthright usually goes to who? The oldest. So Jacob had to trick Isaac in order for the birthright to go to him. The birthright usually goes to the oldest son. So if you've got a son, or your inheritance would go to him. That's how it would go. Your inheritance would go to him. And this birthright was meant to go to Esau. Why? Because he was the oldest son. That's lucky. Go ahead.
Khan. And he said, "Art thou my very son Esau?" And he said, "I am." And he said, "Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison."
Let's drop down to verse 27.
Khan. And he came near and kissed him, and smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said,
and he smelled the smell of the raiment, man, and he's saying, "Damn, this smells like the field, man." And if you've ever been around them Edomites, they have an outside smell, man. Every last one of them has like this outside kind of smell. I don't care how much fragrance they use, they have an outside smell. So lucky, go ahead.
Khan. And said, "See, the smell of my son is of the smell of the field."
The smell of what?
Blessed. The smell of the field, which the Lord has blessed.
And there's actually a spray that they buy which makes them smell like the field, man. Which throws off their scent when they go hunting. There's certain sprays that they use, which, because obviously animals that don't have good eyesight or whatever, they have strong scent, so they can smell. So hunting ain't just picking up a rifle and shooting whatever you see. You have to be very calculated. You have to smell like the field. Some of them put on the trees, hide in the bushes. Smell like the field as the animals walking past, pop, pop, pop. All of those kind of things. So hunting is a skilled thing. It's not where you're just going to go to the field and run around like Call of Duty and shoot whatever's there. No, it takes more skill than that. So now he's smart like the field. Go ahead.
Khan. Therefore, God give thee of the dew of heaven.
So now he's blessing him. He's saying, "God give thee of the dew of heaven." So, okay, go ahead.
Khan, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of the corn and wine.
The earth, man, meaning the best part of the earth. You have the best part of the earth, the corn, the wine. Your land is going to have all these good things, man. Go ahead.
Quran Khan, let people serve thee.
Let people serve thee. And this is where all these nations have to serve us, because this was part of the blessings that our Father gave us. Let people serve thee. Go ahead.
Khan. And nations bow down to thee.
And nations bow down to thee. So that man saying that we beneath them, not according to the Bible, man. Isaac said what? Let nations bow down to thee. And all these nations is supposed to bow down to us. This is us right here receiving the blessing, man. That all these nations, let them bow down to thee. Listen, man, you Edomites always say, you honor your father. Listen, man, you better listen to Isaac and bow down to us, man. He said, let nations bow down to thee, man. This blessing was given to Jacob, man. Go ahead. We're going to get Esau's blessing in a minute. So, okay, go ahead.
Quran Khan, be Lord over thy brethren.
Be what?
Be Lord over thy brethren.
Listen, man, we're meant to be Lord over you, man, Esau. We're meant to rule over you. It says, be Lord over thy brethren, man. Meaning we, Lord, we rule over you. You answer to us, man. And this is the blessing. They're supposed to answer to us, and it's written right there in the scriptures, man. Be Lord over thy brethren, man. And he's giving this blessing to Jacob right here. Go ahead.
Quran Khan, and let thy mother's son bow down to thee.
Go ahead.
Curse be every one that curse thee.
And curse be everyone that curse thee, man. These nations need to realize, if you curse us, you're going to die, man. If you bless us, then you're going to get blessed, man. You think killing black people is going to end well for you? No, man. If you white people really want a good life, what you should do is give black people all your money, give them all your properties, kiss black people's boots every single day. You bless these black people, man, and the Lord may have mercy on you. But the thing is this: you put drugs in our neighborhoods, and then guess what happens? That's a curse you put on us. Them drugs in the neighborhood. Guess what happens? Your people then start taking them drugs, and more of your people die than our people do, man.
That's right.
Maybe if you started blessing us, maybe you might, start to live, man. Imagine this. Edomites kill our babies, and when you look at the average Edomite family, they can't even have a lot of kids, man. Maybe if you start blessing us, you probably could have more kids, man. Every Edomite family has about two children. They have about two children. They have about two children in their mind. That's a perfect family. Whereas with us blacks and Hispanics, we're broke as could be. And we'll be having 10 kids, man. We'll be having 10 kids. And the more you're killing us, is the more we're going to come back, man.
That's right.
The more you kill us is the more. Listen, man. You kill us, guess what's going to happen? We're going to go back to that spiritual realm, and we're going to come back again, man. We're going to come back and triple and quadruple, man. The way you keep trying to break us, you keep trying to curse us and break us and kill us, and the Lord blesses us and brings us back even more, man. That woman right there, she's pregnant with 3 babies, man. That woman right there, she's having 2 kids, man. Listen, you curse us, and the Lord blesses us, man. And the Lord curses you. Maybe if you want your life to go easier, you should start blessing us, man. How about you give us your money and all your properties? Start there, man. Start giving us your materialistic things first, man. Materialistic stuff. Start giving us those things first, man. Stop calling us a hate group in the papers, man. How about you start there? How about you change the papers and say ISUPK is a love group, man?
That's right.
How about you change the papers and say ISUPK is the home of the truth, and they ain't harm nobody, and they're a love group, and they're above us, and we're gonna bow down to them.
Right.
Maybe your kids won't commit suicide, man. Maybe your kids won't commit suicide and take drugs and do all of those kind of things. As long as you keep cursing the children of God, the Lord's gonna curse you, man. It's written right here. It says, it says, those that curse us, let them be cursed, man. And that's what happens to all these nations, man. These Arabs and these Chinese do all these things to us. What happens? Their country gets flooded, man. Their country gets flooded. All these storms and tsunamis which the Lord is sending. And imagine the Lord sending these things to them to kill them. And we the same people that say pray for them. That's like a slap in the face to the Lord, man. It's supposed to say pray for them. We're supposed to say maybe if you treated God's children better, maybe them waters would have stopped where they were supposed to, man. Maybe the Lord would have commanded those waters to stop where they were supposed to. You do know the Lord commands the waters, and the Lord makes those waters not go past their border, man.
That's
And when
right.
you disobey the Lord, guess what the Lord does? Says to the waters, you keep going, don't stop. And then you get floods, you get tsunamis, you get storms, and people die. That's how it works. It's none of this garbage, Mother Nature. Listen, man, they're taking away the credit from the Lord, man. All of that is the Lord. Salaki, go ahead.
Karawan Khan. And blessed be he that blesseth thee.
And blessed be he that blesseth thee, man. Salaki, go ahead.
Karawan Khan. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of the blessing, Jacob of Salakia. And it came to pass, as Isaac had made an end of the blessing of Jacob, and Jacob was Salakia.
No sweat.
And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac, his father.
I just left. He left. As he left, Esau came bopping through. Salaki, go ahead.
God, that Esau, his brother, came in from his hunting.
And now Esau's come back with the venison. Go ahead.
Khan. And he also had made savory meat and brought it unto his father and said unto his father, let my father arise and eat of thy son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou?
And now, because he can't see, and now he's hearing Esau's voice, he's saying, who are you? Because I've already blessed Esau, because he thought he blessed Esau. Go ahead.
Khan. And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn, Esau.
He said, I'm your son, your firstborn, man. Now he's come back waiting for the blessing. He said, I'm your son, your firstborn. Go ahead.
Khan. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, who? Where is he that have taken venison and brought it to me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him.
And of what?
Yeah, and he shall be blessed.
And he said, I've blessed him, and yet he shall be blessed, man. And that blessing came to us, man. And we shouldn't feel sorry about it, man. We shouldn't care. Esau gave it up. Esau said, yo, I don't care about this birthright. I'm ready to die. Give me that red pottage. And now Esau wants to cry about it. And they're mad about it till this day, man. And they stay killing black people left, right, and center. And most of them don't know why they're killing black people. It's because why? They're the sons of Esau, man. They're the sons of their father. They're the sons of Esau. And in them is that murderous trait to murder us, man. They don't murder Arabs like that. They don't murder Chinese like that. But they murder the children of Israel like that, man. And half the time, they don't even know why. They don't know why. Now, the reason why is because they believe we stole their blessing, man. Their father still lives in them till this day, man. They're still carrying out their father's work. Their father said, I will kill Jacob, man. And these Edomites is still carrying out his work till this day. So, like, read on.
Khan. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry.
He did what?
An exceeding bitter cry.
And he cried his eyes out, man. He heard and he cried his eyes out with a bitter cry because he knows what that blessing was, man. He's thinking, damn, now I have to serve these people. And he cried with a bitter cry. And, you know, snot coming out his nose, just screaming, crying, man. Because he knows everything which is meaningful in this earth is no longer going to him, man. It's going to us. And this was the beginning of his hatred. Slaki, go ahead.
Khan. And said unto his father, bless me, even me also, oh my father.
And he said, bless me, even me also. So he's crying, saying, bless me, I want a blessing. Go ahead.
Khan. And he said, thy brother came with subtlety and have taken away thy blessing. And he said,
subtlety and took away his blessing. So now Esau is like, I need to take away this nigga's life, man. He's took something that belongs to me. I'm going to kill every last one of them. And now his children is trying to do just that, man. Why? Because a part of their father Esau still lives in them. They don't know why they're killing you, but they're killing you. Ask them why they're killing you, and most of them will say, I don't know. Ask them why they don't like black people, they'll tell you they don't know. Imagine out of all the races in the world, white people just hate black people and the Hispanics so much, man. It's always been us fighting against them. Now, do they enslave others? Yes. But that's just, they just enslave them because obviously they're lesser people than them in their mind. But with us, it's not just slavery. There's a certain hatred behind it, man. I mean, they don't take the Arab man's nationality. They don't take nobody else's nationality. But when it comes to us, they enslave us on a different kind of level, man. Because their hatred for us is different. So, okay, go ahead.
Quran Khan. And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he have supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright. And behold,
now he said, it took away my birthright. He said, it took away my birthright. When you read the scriptures, he gave it up, man. He gave it up. Now Esau's lying, man. He said, he took away my birthright. These times, Esau said, I don't want this. I just want the soup. So, okay, go ahead.
Quran Khan. And behold, now he have taken away my blessing.
So now this is why they hate us. Why? Because they believe we took away their birthright and now we've taken their blessing. And they hate black people for it, man. Most of them don't know why, but this is where it comes from. That hatred that they have. They are born with this hatred for black people. They're born with this hatred, and this hatred ain't going to go away. And you can try and be nice to them and try and be equal to them. This hatred that they have for black people ain't going to go away, man. Slaki, go ahead.
Quran Khan. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me?
And I said, have you got one blessing for me? Go ahead.
And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord.
It's made him, listen, man, Esau should listen to this. We're his Lord, man. We're the white man's Lord, but they're trying to say that we're beneath them. How are you saying we beneath you when Isaac said, we're your Lord, man? These devils is going to serve us in the future. You know why? Because part of the blessing is that we're their Lord. So, okay, go ahead.
Quran Khan. And all his brethren have I given to him for thy servants.
Go ahead. And all your brethren have given to him for your servants, man. Go ahead.
Quran Khan. And with corn and wine have I sustained him.
And I've given him corn and wine. I've given him the fatness of lands and all of those kind of things. Go ahead. It don't just literally mean corn and wine. It just means the goodness of all lands. Go ahead.
Quran Khan. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also.
So now Esau's begging for a blessing now. He's saying, bless me, just give me one. Bless me, even me also. Go ahead.
Oh, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
And he's crying, doing that bitter cry, man. Go ahead.
Quran Khan. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
And now this is Esau's blessing. His dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. And Esau dwells everywhere, man. Everybody's land, who's there? Edomites. Everybody's land, who's there? Hiding behind the culture, pretending they're the people? Edomites. This is their blessing. Dwelling is the fatness of the earth. Go ahead.
And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Salakia.
Go ahead.
And the dew of heaven from above.
And the dew of heaven from above. Go ahead.
Quran Khan. And by thy sword shalt thou live.
And now this was his blessing. And by the sword shalt thou live. And why do you think Esau's so good with guns and weapons and all of those things, man? It says, and by the sword shalt thou live. And Esau lives by the sword. You telling me this ain't the white man? He lives by the sword, man. He lives by weapons. Why? Because this was one of the blessings he got. That he was going to live by his weapon. If you don't do it, this is they kill. Why? Because living by the sword and killing is their weapon, man. It says, and by the sword shall thou live. And it's so poetic because by the same sword they're going to die, man. The same sword that they're living by is the same weapons that's going to kill them. They're creating all this nuclear fire and all of these things. And these are the same thing which is going to destroy their kingdom, man. Go ahead.
Quran Khan. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass.
And you're going to serve brother. And that they served us, man. During the Dark Ages, they served us. They served us during the Dark Ages when we took over England, Scotland, France, all of Germany, Russia, all of them places, man. When we came down, when the Anglo-Saxons and everybody came down, man, we came down and took over these places, man. We was warring and living in castles and ruling class. And guess where Edomites was? They were serving us, man. They were serving black people until what happened? Black people gave them a little seat, and then over time, obviously, they just took over. Go ahead.
Quran Khan. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion, Salakia. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
And now we had a yoke on these Edomites, man. And it says, when they have dominion, thou shalt break thy yoke from off his neck. Now, this is talking about the end of the Dark Ages. After the Dark Ages, they broke that yoke off their neck, man. So now they had a yoke on their neck during the Dark Ages when we ruled over them. And then afterwards, they broke that yoke off their neck. So this right here is referencing the Dark Ages. So, like, you go ahead.
Quran Khan. And Esau hated Jacob.
And Esau did what?
Hated Jacob.
And now these devils hated us, man. They hated us. It says in Esau hated Jacob. And we read why he hates him, because of the blessing. Go ahead.
Quran Khan. Because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand.
Meaning, obviously, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. So now, once my father passes away, I'm going to go on a rampage. So, Lucky, go ahead.
Quran Khan. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Then what?
Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
This is where it started, man. He said, then will I slay my brother Jacob. Because Esau wasn't going to let this go. Esau wasn't going to leave this to God to deal with. Esau said, then will I slay my brother Jacob, man. Esau doesn't deal with mercy and forgiveness. He deals with murder. And he got that blessing of living by the sword. And don't nobody live by the sword better than him, man. He said, then will I slay my brother Jacob. So, like, you go ahead.
Quran Khan. And these words of Esau, her eldest son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee.
Purposing to kill thee, man. And he wanted to kill us so bad. So that what did she have to do? She had to send Jacob away to go stay with his uncle, man. Go ahead.
Quran Khan. Therefore, my son, obey my voice and arise. Flee thou to Laban, my brother, to Haran, and tarry with him a few days until thy brother's fury turn away.
And it says, till what? It says, till thy brother's fury turns away, man. And guess what? Esau's fury hasn't turned away. So why are you trying to get back close to him, man? She said, stay away until Esau's fury turns away. We should separate from the white man, man. Because his fury ain't turned away. Why do you think he's still killing us till this day? You're thinking, nah, this is an old book. What you're reading makes no sense. It makes perfect sense, man. Because what we're reading is the same thing that's happening today. The same way Esau wanted to kill Jacob back then is how he's killing us right now. And we tried to join him, man. And then when we join him, what happens? He steals everything we have, conquers us, rules over us, steals all our ideas, steals everything we have, man. Everything we have, they steal it, man. And we're supposed to stay away from them and set up our own communities, man. Set up our own schools and so forth. Set up our own police force and all of those kind of things, man. We're meant to do all these things, police our own communities and those kind of things. We ain't supposed to be trying to join every other race and sitting down and trying to become the next MP and all of those kind of things. All of that is a waste of time. So like we can drop that. Get me now. Let's get Esau killing us in the scriptures. Get me Deuteronomy chapter 25 and verse 17. So after that, Esau then went on a rampage. So you'll see throughout the records how he was harming us and killing us.
Deuteronomy 25:17.
Yeah, come on, let's do it.
Come. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way.
Remember what?
what Amalek did unto thee by the way.
Says, remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way, man. Remember what he did unto us by the way. Hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah, go ahead.
Qadwan Khan.
So now we're gonna go into what Amalek did unto us, but on the way.
When ye were come forth out of Egypt, how we met thee.
So now we was on the run from the Egyptians, man. We was weak, hungry, starved, in a low position, man. Because obviously we're fleeing from one people, and these Edomites took advantage of us, man, like they always do. So, Lucky, go ahead.
Qadwan Khan. How we met thee by the way, and smote the hindmost of thee.
And the ones, the old ones at the back. Imagine Moses is at the front, the marching. Imagine you walking a whole nation through the wilderness. You got women, children, babies. Everyone's tired because they've been on the road all night. What did these Edomites do? Start to kill us, man. Imagine we had no beef with them at this time. We're just trying to pass through. We're just trying to escape the Egyptians, and they're trying to kill us. Imagine you're scared from the Egyptians because they're trying to kill you. And then on your path, you see Edomites, and you're thinking, well, we ain't got no beef with these. We should be Tawab. And they start to kill you too. All these nations be trying to kill us, man. Imagine you run from the Egyptians and the white men's then trying to kill you. This is what happened in history, man. So, Lucky, go ahead.
Qadwan Khan. Even all that were feeble behind thee.
Even all that were feeble. He killed the feeble, man. Just think, your grandma's feeble. She can't move as quick as you can. So you're at the front of the pack. She's at the back. You turn around, she's dead. There's Edomites killing her. Your father's an old man. Edomites is killing him. For no reason, man. Just started to smite them. This is what these oppressors did to us, man. Go ahead.
Qadwan Khan.
The Lord's saying, remember it. Go ahead.
When thou was faint and weary, and he feared not
and
God.
was faint and weary. Imagine being faint, weary, no strength. You're afraid because you just left Egypt and they're coming for you, and you're weak, no food, no drink, no nothing. Go ahead.
Qadwan Khan. Therefore it shall be, when the Lord thy God hath given thee rest from all thine enemies round about, in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee for the inheritance, to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek.
That what?
That thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek.
And Amalek, that's the Jewish man today. The Lord said he's going to blot them out, man. Why? Because of what they did to us. If the Lord wasn't with us, we would have been wiped out as a nation by now, man. But the Lord spares us, even though he shouldn't for the stuff that we do. But the Lord spares us, man. And said he's going to blot them out because of what they did to us. And people tell us we should join the white men and love the Edomites. Get me Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 7. This is a Christian's favorite scripture.
Deuteronomy 23 verse 7. Thou shalt not abhor.
But this is what they go to. They should not abhor an Edomite. Hold on, give me 1 second. Hold on, give me 1 second. So read that one more time.
Qadwan Khan.
So now people that love the white man go to thou shalt not abhor an Edomite. And what we just read is why the Lord told us not to abhor an Edomite. Why? Because imagine the killing old people that are weak and feeble. So the Lord's saying, now that we've got the strength, don't harm them unlawfully, man. Don't do violence to them unlawfully. That's what it means to abhor an Edomite. That's why it mentions it there, because of what they done to us. when we passed by the way, man, because they was killing us. And what's going to happen? If someone's killing your loved ones, you're going to have feelings of hatred and you're going to want to kill that person, man. And the Lord's telling us not to kill them, man. The Lord's telling us not to harm them unjustly. That's what the Lord's telling us. That's why it mentions the Edomites and the Edomites. So like, read that from the top.
Deuteronomy 23, verse 7. Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite.
It says, thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, meaning we can't harm them unlawfully based on what they did to us. They harmed us unlawfully. They killed us when we was weak and feeble. The Lord's telling us we can't kill them the same way. Go ahead.
For he is thy brother.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian.
They just had the same mother and father. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian.
And now it's saying don't abhor an Egyptian. Why? Because in their lands, we were slaves and all of those kind of things. And obviously, we would have a hatred towards them based on how they treated us. The Lord's telling us we can't harm them unjustly. That's what the Lord's telling us. That's why it mentions them. But what we can do, give me Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 21. So now, because we can't harm them, this is what we do. We get at them this way. Because we can't attack them like they attacked us. We can't do the things to them that they did to us. We serve the Lord and follow the Lord. So this is what we do. Give me Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 21.
Isaiah 14, chapter 21. Prepare slaughter.
This is what we do. We prepare slaughter for these devils, man. We prepare slaughter for these people that hate our people, man. And we prepare slaughter by doing what? We go to camp and tell them their fate, man. We tell them their future. We tell them they're going into slavery. We tell them, you damn devil, this is what's going to happen to you, man. We tell them you're going into slavery and God hates these people and that people, and it's all in the Bible, man. God said the nations are as a drop in a bucket, man. Meaning all of them is, you drop one drop out of a bucket. Does anyone care about that one drop? No, man. The Lord said the Arab man, the white man, the Chinese man, all of them together is like one drop out of a bucket, man. And they ain't worth nothing. The Lord said the like unto spittle. Spittle is like that little spit that comes out of your mouth when you're speaking, man.
God.
The Lord said they're like unto spittle, man. Meaning he don't care about them. The people that the Lord cares about is blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. The people that the Lord cares about is people that the rest of the world don't care about, man. But we don't need their love, man. As long as we love each other, man. As long as we've got the Lord and we love each other, that's all we need. We don't need the white man's love and the Chinese man's love. We don't need the oppressor's love. For what? We don't need, we listen, we don't want his love, but he's gonna give us his respect, man.
Right.
He's gonna give us his respect, and he's gonna bow down to us, and we're gonna be lords over him, like it said in the Bible. You know why? Because he's like a baby and he can't rule. When he rules, what does he do? Ruins the whole earth, man. Doesn't let the land rest. Butchers the whole earth. And this is why he needs us to be lords over him, because he's a danger to himself, man. Not only is he a danger to everybody else, he is a danger to himself. You Edomites should be happy that black people's going to rule over you, man. You might just live a little longer, man. Life might just be a little better because you're a child that needs to be led, man.
That's
You're
right.
a child that needs to be ruled over. You let Edomites rule, what happens? There's drugs everywhere, man. You let Edomites rule, what happens? Homosexuals everywhere. You let Edomites rule, what happens? Transgenders everywhere, man. This is proof that you shouldn't rule. This is proof that you shouldn't rule a thing, man. This is proof that you're supposed to serve, man, and let the real lords of this earth rule, man. And the real lords of this earth is blacks and Hispanics, man.
That's right.
These Edomites better enjoy their free time for now. Enjoy your free time. Go Disney World and Drayton Manor and Alton Towers and go on the London Eye with a bottle of wine and a wine glass and talk about how beautiful it is. Because the day's coming where what? You're going to be in the picking cotton, man. The day's coming when you're going to be bringing me my coffee beans, man. The day's coming where what? Your weapons is going to be turned into plowshares and you're going to be cutting the grass. You're going to be building properties. You're going to be doing all of those things that we had to do, man. And it's only right. It says that you're going to study war no more. You know why? Because righteous people are going to be in rulership. Righteous people are going to be in rulership and everyone's going to know their position.
That's right.
And there's going to be no reason, no need for war, man. There's going to be no need for war no more. The reason there's so much wars, why? Because this oppressor is the devil that bothers people, man. And what happens? The Arabs try to fight back, man. All these races try to fight back, and he attacks us who can't fight back, man. He attacks us who has no money, no military, no nothing, and he still attacks us and keeps attacking us. And in that day, his weapons ain't gonna work, man. Your weapons ain't gonna work against Jesus Christ, man. Those weapons ain't gonna work. Have every weapon in the world, it's not gonna work against a black man called Jesus Christ, man.
Right.
This kind of white horse, and his soldiers is gonna be with him, man. These devils is gonna be trying to kill us, and we're gonna be taken up on them chariots. It says in the book of Revelations, man, that we're gonna be on them chariots and we're gonna meet with Christ in the sky. You've been bullying us all this time. Wait until we meet with our big brother in the sky, man. When we come back down with our big brother, you can't bully us no more, man. Big brother's home, man. He's home, and you can't bully us no more. Wait until we meet with him in the sky. These nations is gonna know what's hit them, man. When they're brought down into that valley, you bully us now. Why? Because we got no protection. We got no one that can protect us. But the day is coming when what? Christ and them angels is gonna protect us, man. And we're gonna go to you, Edomite, saying, "Yo, what you saying now, man? What's the tank saying now? What's the missile saying now, man? My brother, yeah, you use the missiles now. Listen, we're gonna be giving it large in that day, man. We're gonna say what? You got tanks and missiles, and you got precision bombs where you can drop them and aim it on the target. We're gonna say use those things now, man. That's what we're gonna say. Use those things now. So, okay, go ahead.
Karawan Khan, prepare ye slaughter for his children.
Prepare slaughter for his children, man. Because why? What do his children do? His children come out on the news and say black men should be slaves. His children come out on the news and say what? Every white man deserves to own black slaves. Hold on, let me see if I can play that video one more time. Give me 1 second. Let's play it one more time.
While the probe takes place, words has referred. Let's play it for you.
Nothing wrong with the skin slave. I think all white men should have a black man as a slave or a black woman as a slave. You know, it's nothing wrong with skin color. It's just they're lower class than us white people, you know.
He said black people's lower class than white people, man.
Okay, he's got a really important title.
He said lower. He said black people's lower class than white people. And I love this video. I'm going to tell you why. Because black people need to hear this, man. Black people need to hear this so we can stay away from this devil, man. As lucky was there any more on that you was reading, Hakim? Yeah,
Khan, sir.
Go ahead.
Prepare slaughter for his children.
Prepare slaughter for his children. This man right here is one of Esau's children, man. And he said black people should be white men slaves because we lower class. And now we're preparing slaughter for him, man. We're telling him you're going to be the slave, man. That's how we're preparing this slaughter. Go ahead.
Karawan Khan, for his children, for the iniquity of their father, that they do not rise nor possess.
So, lucky, give me 1 second. A real Israelite, tell me the true camps who teach the truth. Just name them. Let me hear who teaches the truth according to you. Because considering this ain't the truth, I've seen you in every class for the last month. Hakim, have you seen him in class before? I've seen him in class a million times.
I've seen him online, sir, but I've
online, not in class online. And considering we don't teach the truth is here an awful lot, man. Listen, while it is you're fighting within yourself, man. You know this is the truth, and that's why you can't leave it. Your spirit saying shut your mouth and get in class.
That's right.
But your flesh is telling you something else. Your spirit saying shut your mouth and get in class, and your flesh is telling you something else. Don't yet let your flesh get you killed, young man. Listen, young man, don't let your flesh get you killed, man. You just stay in these classes. You put on your all black, and one day you can become a trooper in the school, man. One day you can sit down physically in the classroom. You just stay online for now. You'll learn. But go ahead, read on.
Karawan Khan, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with its cities,
And listen, they're no longer gonna possess the land, and they're not gonna fool the earth with cities, man. They're not gonna build no more of their cities, man. They're not gonna build no more Alexandria Library in Egypt and all of them places, man. They're no longer gonna have the London Museum, the British Library with everybody's records in there. Imagine this. They got these libraries with everybody else's records in there, nothing of their own, man. Imagine they got our records. They got the Vatican with all of our records and all them stuff in there, man. All the records in there hidden in vaults, and you can't ever see them records, man. They got them hidden in the vault. You try to get in the Vatican and see them records, they're going to kill you, man. Not anyone can have access to them records. And listen, man, that's what they do. They steal everything. If you could go into the Vatican and see what's in there, you'll be like, damn. But, go ahead.
Kodawan Khan, that's it on there, sir. I mean, Salakia 22. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts.
Rise up against these oppressors, man. This man here saying we should all be slaves, the Lord's going to rise up against them. Go ahead.
Kodawan Khan.
Actually, you can drop that. Get me 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3.
Kodawan Khan, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Salakia. 2 Thessalonians verse Salakia 3 was it? 2. Khan. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
It says let no man deceive you by any means, man. And who's deceived us? This oppressor. Hold on, there you go. Yeah, go ahead.
Quran Khan. For that day shall not come except there be a falling away first.
That day won't come. The end of the world, the end of our oppressor's world won't come except there be a falling away first. A falling away from what? The white men. Our people need to stop loving him, man. They need to stop loving him and see him for who he is. There needs to come a falling away. And once this falling away comes, then we can separate from this devil, man. Then Christ will come. Once there's a falling away, go ahead.
Answer. For that day shall not come except there be a falling away first. That man of sin be revealed.
And that what?
And that man of sin be revealed.
That man of sin needs to be revealed because everyone thinks this man of sin, right about now, this world thinks he's a great man. They think he's a good man and he's perfect and he's beautiful and he's lovely. But that man of sin needs to be revealed. That man of sin is this man that pushes homosexuality, that kills black people, that pushes be an atheist, all of those kind of things. This is that man of sin. That man of sin is the man that goes against the Lord. And that is the oppressor. He thinks he's God himself, man. That's who the man of sin is. So, okay, go ahead.
The son of perdition.
The son of what?
Perdition.
Son of perdition, man. Meaning the son of destruction. Meaning this man is made for destruction. It's like you calling someone a son of a bitch. It's the same thing. Son of perdition, man. This man is made for destruction. And that's what perdition means. This man's whole purpose is to be destroyed, and he's the son of perdition. If perdition had a son, it would be this man. Right. That's what it means, man. If destruction had a son, it would be this man, because this man is made for destruction. This man and being destroyed goes hand in hand, man. Go ahead.
Quran Khan, who opposeth and exalteth himself.
Who goes against the Lord and exalts himself. This man exalts himself, man. He sits in the Catholic Church and says that he's God. He sits in the Catholic Church and says, I can forgive sins. He tries to take God's position, man. This man opposes God and tries to take God's position. Go ahead.
Quran Khan, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
He exalts himself above God, man. He will tell you he's God. This is why the oppressor is an atheist. Why? Because he can't tell you he believes in God, because he believes that he is God. So he tells you he's an atheist and causes you to believe in him. He makes out that he's God, man. He opposes. We need to see these things. There needs to come a falling away. We need to fall away from this man, because at the moment we are attached to him. So we need to fall away, which means we need to take a step back and see this man for who he is. We need this man of sin to be revealed so everyone can see this man for who he is. Like in Scooby-Doo when they pull the mask off and say, oh, it's you. We need to see who this man is. This man's mask needs to be pulled off, man. So the world can see who he is. Once upon a time, we was in the Christian church, and guess what? There came a falling away for us, and we separated from him, man. And
Right.
now we are teaching classes, trying to get everybody else to fall away from this man of sin. Go ahead.
Quran Khan. All that is worshipped.
All
So
that is worship. Go ahead.
so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God.
This man, he that sits in the temple of God, meaning what? What's the temple of God? We the temple of God, man. And this man sits in black people's heads, man. This man sits in the temple of God. This man sits in the physical buildings which the Lord had. This man put swine in the physical buildings that the Lord had, man. And now this man sits in what? Your brain, man. We the temple of God. And where does this man sit? In black people's brain, man. In black people's heads. Where does Caesar Borgia sit? Inside black people's heads, man. He's sitting in the temple of God. He's sitting inside you. And you need to get this man out of you, man. You need to get this man out of you, and there needs to come a falling away. So, okay, go ahead.
Quran Khan. Showing himself that he is God.
Showing what?
Showing himself that he is God.
This man sits in your head and makes you believe that he's God.
Mm-hmm.
And he shows you that he's God. He does all these things, these signs and these wonders, and you start to believe that he's God, man. You start to say Jesus Christ is a white man, which you're saying the father of Jesus Christ is also white. If you're saying that all the pictures that you see drawn of God is of a white man, is of a naked white man with gray hair. They make you believe God is white, man. Because this man sits in the temple of God, his movies, his religion, all of those things. He forces it on you from a child, man, and it then sits inside you. And you need to get all of this out of you so you can fall away, man. So you can fall away from this devil. Go ahead.
Quran Khan. It's lucky. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things.
And he's like, remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things. Now here, he's writing a letter to them. So now he's writing a letter because most of Paul's letters was written from where? Prison, man. Paul was in prison. Most Paul's writings is confusing. Why? Because Paul's writing, so prison guards don't understand, man. Because prison guards read your letters, man. So Paul had to write in a certain way. People say, oh, Paul's confusing. The reason you don't understand Paul is because he's writing letters from prison, man. He can't just write it verbatim for everyone to understand. And that's why Paul's saying, I told you these things while I was yet with you. Paul said, I told you these things while I was yet with you, man. Wait, hold on, real Israelite. Well, hold on. Where are you from? Gambia? Are you saying you're from Gambia? Salakia, go ahead.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
And now ye know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in this time, in his time.
He might be revealed in his time, man. And the time's coming when this devil is going to be revealed. The time's coming when he's going to be revealed. And the time is closer and closer and closer. And Barak for Yahweh Shai for the ISUPK, give that a hand, man. Every week we on them corners, all these classes, we're revealing that man of sin. And because we can't abhor an Edomite, we prepare slaughter for their children, man. And we prepare slaughter by hitting these streets and letting them know what's going to befall them, man. That's what we do. We don't harm them. Hold on, real Israelite, you from where? You're from Gambia. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did you say that you're from Gambia? Is that where you're from? Is that where you're from, Gambia? Yeah, listen, I need to know if I'm hearing correct.
God.
Like I need to know if I'm hearing correct. That is from Gambia. So get me. Oh, hold on. Was there any more in that? Or
Allah answer.
Get me Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 10.
Quran Khan.
Listen, real Israelite, I need you to respond. Listen, this is the only time I need you to respond. Are you from Gambia? Just say yes or no. I need to know you from what? Gambia, West Africa. Let me know. He don't want to respond now.
It's a luck he's put demon.
Okay, so you're from West Africa, you're from Gambia. Well, you're not an Israelite then. Give that a hand. You're not one of us, man. And you know what? It makes sense why you hate the ISUPK, because you're an African and you could never come in here, man. That's why
right.
you hate us. You could never step foot in here, man.
Right.
A real Israelite. You're a real African, man. You ain't no
That's
Israelite.
right.
Change your name to real African. Stop trying to steal our culture, man. It makes sense why you love the GOCC and IUIC, because they allow Africans in there, man.
Mhm.
We ain't letting no foo-foo, nasty, dirty, stinking Africans in here, man.
That's right.
Africans in here. You go to one of them African churches, man. You ain't coming here with your sandals and your dry feet. You ain't coming here, man. This building is for Israelites, man. This building is for Israelite bones, not people that claim the Israelites who hate Israel, man. You ain't bringing them nasty, dry African feet up in here, man. You know the crust and the plate in your lip. You ain't coming up in here. You go to the GOCC, man. You're welcome in there. You ain't coming here, man. This place is for blacks and Hispanics.
That's
the real
right.
Jews, according to the Bible, the children of God, and Gambians ain't the children of God, man.
That's right.
Nigerians ain't the children of God. Ghanaians ain't the children of God. You're the children of some African man called Ham. That's who you are, man.
Correct.
You're the son of some African man called Ham. So, lucky headquarters, have we got the Zondervan Bible Dictionary in here? Let me read it one time for this fake real Israelite. See if we got a Zondervan Bible Dictionary here. I need Ham.
I've got it, sir. I've got a dictionary, sir.
You got one?
Can't.
All right, give me Ham. This idiot said, "Are you mad? It's West, not East." We said West Africans ain't Israelites, man. West Africa, what? North, East, South, West. You're all Africans, man. I don't care. North, East, South, West, up or down, up, down, left, right. You're all
ham
Africans.
sandwich. Yeah, can't, sir. I got the ham sandwich right here.
Give me that in the Bible dictionary so this guy can take real Israelite out his name.
Can't. This is the Zondervan Compact Dictionary Bible, page 213. On the bottom right, it says Ham, the youngest son of Noah.
Listen, you know what you are? You ain't one of us, but you're the youngest son of Noah. You can have that. You're the youngest son of Noah. Go ahead.
Quran Khan. Born probably about 96 years before the flood.
You was born about 96 years before the flood. Go ahead.
And one of the 8 persons to live through the flood.
Was one of the 8 people to live through the flood. If I had it my way, you wouldn't. So lucky, read on.
Khan. He became the progenitor of the dark races.
He became the progenitor of the dark races. Go ahead.
Not the Negroes.
Not the what?
Not the Negroes.
Real Israelite, you're not even a Negro, man. Stop trying to be us, man. You're not a Negro. You could never come in here, man. Go ahead.
Quran Khan. But the Egyptians.
What? The Egyptians, you
The
brothers.
Ethiopians.
The Ethiopians, you brothers. Go ahead.
The Libyans.
The Libyans, you brothers. Go ahead.
And the Canaanites.
And the Canaanites, you brothers. So, real Israelite, you're not an Israelite. You're from Gambia. What I would suggest is you find yourself an Ethiopian church. You find yourself a Libyan church. You find yourself a Canaanite church. You go to one of them, man, because you can't never step foot in here, man. This place isn't for you. This place isn't for you, man. This place is for blacks and Hispanics. Africans ain't black, man. They think the black Africans ain't black, man. You're just African. You try and steal our nationality. What you do is you call yourself niggas trying to be like us, man.
The purple are the one. Salakia.
Exactly. They're black purple. Salakia. Forget this idiot. Give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 10.
Quran Khan, Ecclesiasticus 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
Never what?
Never trust thine enemy.
Never trust your enemy, man. Whether it be a Edomite or an African, man. Never trust your enemy. IUIC let an African in their church, and he ended up raping a sister, man. Ended up raping a sister and killing her, man. And real Israelite is trying to do the same thing. We protect our sisters in here, man. No Africans is allowed nowhere near them, man. We protect our sisters in here. You ain't gonna rape none of our sisters in here, man, because they're
Can't.
protected by men of war and men of the Lord, man.
That's right.
What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to try sneaking elsewhere. I knew his spirit wasn't right, Salakia. Like he couldn't grasp what we was giving him. He couldn't grasp what we was giving him, and it makes sense because it's from Gambia. Salakia, read on.
Qadwan Khan, for like as iron rusteth, so is his
Like
wickedness.
Iron Rustaf, his wickedness is gonna come out. Go ahead.
Qadwan Khan, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Though he humble himself and he goes crouching, yet beware and take good heed of him. Why? Because for a time they will humble themselves, act like, oh, I apologize. I wasn't meant to be racist on camera. I wasn't meant to be racist. And you'll find that they are very racist. And what's the saying? He said, what? Where's those east? Listen, man, real Israelite. You think from that time people don't travel? You think Africans didn't travel from north, east, south, west? You're all Africans, man. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? West Africa is all Israelites. Israelites dwelt there, man. Israelites dwelt there amongst the Africans, and what happened? Them Africans adopted our customs. So if you go there now, our influence is still there. It will let you know this in some of those books, man. So your mom's from Trinidad. Your mom's from Trinidad. Your dad's from Gambia. Listen, your mom's an Israelite, but your dad's an African, man, and you're African because the seed is in the man. So your mom's a sister. Your mom can come to the school, but she can't bring your African booty scratching us here with her, man. She can't bring you with her, Salakia. She can't bring you with her, man. Your mom can come to the school, but she needs to drop you off at the GOCC before she comes here, man.
That's
your mom
right.
can come here. She better drop you off there, but you're not welcome in here, man. Your mom's. Hold on. You know what? I'm sure this guy here used to log into Captain Mashak's class. I think he did. I remember now. I remember seeing him and he got blazed on. He got blasted. I remember him. Yeah, he's a heathen. While it is, his mom's an Israelite, but he's not an Israelite, man. Your father's from Gambia, and you can't come in, man. This place is holy. This place is for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. And not on your mother's side. It has to be on your father's side, man. Your father has to be an Israelite. Why? Because the seed is in the man. Now, with that brings us to the end of the class. We're going to do the security announcements, and we're out of here. Like, go ahead, cut us off. Clap it up. We're out of here.
This is the ISUPK security announcements. We have the ISUPK started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They have to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to our brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers chapter 18 and verse 21, Malachi chapter 3 verses 8 to 10, means 10th in Hebrew, Ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like, upcoming holy convocations.
The Feast of First Fruits, May 29th.
All Akim and Akwaf are to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a tutor in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband and scarf. That will say Majib Shabbat, Majib, Barak, Yahweh
Hashem Shabbat.
Yahweh Hashem Shabbat Kafam.
Yajimata, class dismissed.
Shalom, Lord in Christ. Shalom, sir.
All right, that's it.
Shalom.
All right, Shalom, Lord in Christ.
No sweat, sir. Shalom, Lord in Christ.